Hi everybody, I'm here at APEC with Edward Zeng, who is the founder and chairman of NextG. You're also the founder of China Bridge Capital. So I want to start by asking what's on your radar right now. Tell us more about what NextG is doing.
NextG is the company fund management focusing on next generation of disruptive technology for clean energy generation, clean energy storage, saving, and clean energy consumption in one place.
And you do a lot of investments in China, correct?
No, worldwide.
Worldwide.
We're the Silicon Valley based and also have a New York office and also have a Dubai and London.
So tell me in terms of what the value is of APEC, what's the value you get out of being here?
Well, I remember 20 years ago, I was a keynote speaker. We're talking about e-commerce as an entrepreneur in China. Now I'm a Silicon Valley based fund manager. I see the whole thing happen in the last 20 years. And the APEC become the gateway to connecting global political leader and business executor, CEO in one place. Very unique.
So one of the things that I love about this event is it's global, and it feels like we haven't been getting a lot of information about what's happening on the ground, especially in Asia with innovation. What do you think is intriguing? What do you think American investors or entrepreneurs might not know about what's going on there?
I think in the last 10 years, the big thing, a lot of things, the value chain broken. For example, the importing, exporting, trading value chain broken. And the technology innovation value chain broken. The capital value chain broken. And the trust between this region broken. But today, I think if you look at the war in Russia, Ukraine, if you like the war in Gaza, if you look at the invisible war worldwide, and COVID, all those things uncertain happen, that making the high inflation, high interest rate in the US, and also China looking for exporting opportunity. So I think the world needs a platform to make everybody sit down again, work together as a partner instead of as competitors.
How has the political tensions between the US and China impacted either your investment strategy or the ability of Chinese companies to really
We are a global company, so I think most of our investment portfolio and the investment target, I think 80% now is US, Europe, and the Middle East.
Yeah.
So I think, if you're thinking about a global climate change, I think China, US should be working together as top leading two drivers.
Yeah.
So that's Henry Kissinger say, now the world is quietly in G2 time, which is I agree.
So you mentioned earlier, you said the invisible war of COVID, you mentioned the geopolitical landscape with the Ukraine, Israel. Is any of that impacting your investment strategy?
Our focus on the next generation global sustainability verticals, which is actually benefit because they pay more for the oil, they pay more for the utility. They're switching to solar, they're switching to the new technology storage. That's our business. So we're the partially beneficiary for this. Yeah.
So anything else that you'd want to be putting on our radar in terms of just some of the news and what you're looking for here in terms of insights?
I think right now the best way is the innovation in Silicon Valley, application in probably Middle East and Europe and US, and manufacturing in China. This is a big picture. If we can have a platform like APEC, it's perfect. This would be something very interesting.
And the global supply chains are still very tied to China, and all the major corporations here, obviously that's a big factor.
Yeah, so we want to rebuild the global value chain for the global climate change. For this field is no conflict between any countries.
China Bridge Capital, I know you're now doing NextG. Talk about what did you do at China Bridge Capital, because that really put you on the map.
That is before we do the entrepreneur in both Silicon Valley and China, but now we're more focused on the global investment, global exit, and the global management. So that's the NextG.
So you are from Canada, right? You went to school in Toronto. I know Justin Trudeau is here. I'm curious, are there any advantages or disadvantages that you see with having started in Canada? Because I think there's often a lot of discussion up there, maybe less so here.
I think Canada, in terms of living standard, education, and medical care, is one of the best. But in terms of the entrepreneurship, to set up an ecosystem, have a more tax advantage, more corporate income tax, person income tax, those something, if they can do some special zone, that'd be great, I think, in my view. So if, between like a Vancouver or Toronto, they have some special zone, like a free tax or very low tax, encourage the global talent people to come over. That is something my suggestion.
So your investments in the Middle East, I have to ask, with the conflict between Israel and Hamas, is that having an impact at all?
That is a very sensitive political thing, but for me, I'm only focused on the technology and capital money raising. It is, I suppose, fly over in the Middle East this week, but because of war, I keep postponing my meeting with the LPs. This is something impact.
Does it give you pause as an investor or not at all?
No, temporarily, for a few weeks. I hope the war will be finished very soon.
Okay, any advice you have to other entrepreneurs how to get on your radar? Obviously you're looking at certain technologies, but anything else that...
I think we're focusing on business and technology and also the next generation high growth technology. So in this area, there's no recession at all. So maybe...
And is the U.S. still the best place to
of
find
course.
that?
Yeah, I think U.S. is the best place. Actually, Silicon Valley is the best place. In compare with the weather in Silicon Valley and London, here is always
just
sunny.
The weather, it's supposed to be talent, money, and
I think if you compare with San Francisco Bay Area in New York, we have a long-term, the deep thinking, and New York is a fast, big size. In terms of the weather, here is always sunny, and London always like a cloudy, windy. If you look at the weather average, there are only 2 seasons. But in Dubai or Middle East, in summer, it's so hot.
Do you think it makes a difference?
I think it's a big difference is here is the best place in the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good to know, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.